Good evening, Swasti, and happy Republic Day to you.
Good evening, Auntie. Happy Republic Day.
Welcome to this little podcast that we have put together for all our young authors. Swasti, you've been doing extremely well as an author and as an artist that I know you, right? So, how do you want people to know Swasti Singh?
I'm 13 years old and I live in Mumbai. My forward passion in life is art, making art, anything related to painting, drawing. It helps me express my creativity and what I'm feeling. I'm also a very big animal lover and naturistic person. Most of my paintings are towards, nature and stuff. And I am a pretty kind person, as my friends say, and they also like me because I'm funny. They portray me as smart person, and I'm very grateful for that.
Are you saying that your friends are your biggest motivators who encourage you to do what you have
Yes,
been
yes,
doing?
yes, yes.
So you value the friendship
Hmm.
based motivation that you've been getting. I know Swasti the artist, so how do I connect Swasti the artist to Swasti the author right now? I
This
know.
all started when National Young Authors Fair came to my school. As soon as I heard about it, I was so excited that, oh my God, it's a book. I can write in my own book because since the start, I have been a book lover. I read books all the time. And I also wanted to, motivate others. So I have put a few motivation stories too in the book.
So anecdotes of life, right? That's a
Yeah.
huge and a very very impactful name. So what made you coin that name for your collection of stories?
I think everyone has experienced these stories at least once in their lifetime, or maybe they will. I'm pretty sure many people have faced the, sadness of sadness and comicalness of what is in the story. So that's why I use like anecdotes of life.
So your introduction to various facets of life, right? At the end of the day, the happy,
Yeah.
the not so happy, and eventually how every, I think, emotion of life can be collected
Mm.
together. Trust me, when I was a 13-year-old, I was far, far away from writing anything, right? So, but even book reading and everything picked up, got picked up much later in life. So I think nowadays children have such amazing platforms. Parents are so encouraging, and gone are those days where you would encourage a child just to read a good book. You're actually being encouraged to write a good book, which is fantastic, right? So without further ado, let's get into Swasti actually reading parts of her book.
So this is my book, Anecdotes of Life. The first chapter, The Horrifying Rescue Mission. Boom went the crack of thunder. The rain banged against the sleek window. The lightning slashed through the coal black sky. Sweat trickled down my back. More than 50 bandits were swarming across the haunted ballroom. Anybody who goes in will probably meet their doom. I still do not know how I dared to go in without a plan. They would sort you out with their incredible detective skills, even if you went in with a disguise. A shudder ran through me. I swallowed and licked my lips in nervousness. I knew I was not ready for this, but I had to do something to get the precious royal jewels back, even though I was abandoned and defenseless. I glanced left and right and squeezed my eyes shut, whispering, "Here goes nothing," and stepped forward. I tried to hold it back, but because of the brave and furious looks on their faces, I couldn't. Out came a roar of laughter, followed by many more from the others. I laughed my heart out. "I'm sorry, I tried my best, but couldn't hold it back. You should have seen the look on your faces," I exclaimed. "Come on, start with this scene again," said the director. This is the second story, The Topper. The rain poured down hard on the platform. I saw two little but bright lights of the train engine shining far away, coming closer. I heard the distant horn blow softly. Coco, my dog, heard it too. He barked noisily, ready to fight with the dog. Despite my sadness and recent loss, I laughed out loud and drew Coco close. I shaded him with my umbrella as I did not mind getting soaked. My mood and happiness were falling just like those water drops. Coco reminded me so much of Ma. Without me wanting to, tears rolled down my cheeks to my chin and dropped to the ground. 6 years ago, Coco was gifted to me on my 7th birthday by Ma. She knew I wanted a puppy the most. At that moment, when I had heard the cute little yap, I had dissolved into tears. I jumped at the sudden sound of the blaring horn. I boarded the train with Coco in my steps. I awoke to the exact angelic looking glowing figure hovering a few meters away. Although, as soon as I opened my eyes properly, it vanished. I heard a familiar, faint, soothing voice at the top of my head. I am proud of you. You deserve him. He got attacked by a pack of wolves. Take care. At least, that was what it sounded like. I instantly sat bolt upright, shaken. I heard a bark. No, it couldn't be. It was a dog who looked very similar to Coco. No, it was Coco. I screamed in delight. This is my third story, failure. Failures are the stepping stones to success. This is what my mother has been saying for years. I always thought that was inspirational, but I never understood until this happened. I was sitting on my fuchsia pink chair, glued to the television. I was watching my favorite cartoon, in no mood to be disturbed. Just then, my mother walked into my room. I took no notice. She walked straight towards the television and, to my annoyance, switched it off. I grumbled. I got a message from one of my friends. She suggested an art competition as she knows you like to paint, she said. I stared at her blankly. She handed me her phone. A few days later, I got a message from the competition judges. Nice try. Just nice try. I was disappointed. I am never doing this again. I screamed and marched to my room, slamming the door shut. After a few hours, I cooled down and remembered my mother's phrase. Failures are the stepping stones to success. This is my fourth story, the blue hole. My vision blurred as I gazed at the massive blue hole. It was shimmering sometimes and going dark other times. I heard a voice. You can do it, Ash! I closed my eyes during the plunge and jumped in. Terrified, I opened my eyes in the air, threw my limbs around wildly, and splashed into the water on my belly. I panicked. I could only see black cuboid-looking objects. I threw my head back and instantly saw glorious sunlight. Fast forwarding a few hardworking and eventful years, I am now in the 7th rank in the world. I have won 2 silver medals and a gold medal in the Olympics. I deliver TED Talks to the young audience with fears refraining them from achieving their dreams. Ultimately, all of this would never be possible without the words of motivation from my mother and the inspiration that I had received from the baby that day at the swimming pool. Thanks.
When we talk about good books, I think one of the reasons why I feel your book has a lot of weightage in terms of the way it's written is one, its command on language, which is very, very good for a 13-year-old girl.
Thank you.
And secondly, I felt that the book has so many stories put together under one sort of a label, right? Which is which gives the reader a whole bandwidth of your writing capabilities. I think are 2 strengths that I found. And kudos, Swasti. I think this is just the beginning.